No, I don't love my body yet, but I'm working on it. So today is Valentine's Day. By the time you guys hear this, Valentine's Day will have passed, but I wanted to take a moment and kind of share some raw and real feelings that I'm having right now because it is Valentine's Day, it's a day of love, and I'm thinking a lot about self-love and loving your body. And one of the questions that I have received a few times is, how are you feeling now that you're starting to lose weight, and how are you feeling now that your pants are fitting better and you're having to get smaller pant sizes, like, all that jazz. And the reality is, no, I'm not in love with my body just yet. I mentioned this in a previous episode whenever I had dropped, I think it was 2 or 3 pant sizes. I still look in the mirror and I still see that formerly fat girl. I really do. And so I'm working on the self-love aspect, but I'm not there yet. I'm a work in progress, right? I'm human, and I'm just trying to figure out how I'm feeling about the changes I'm seeing in the mirror. I'm trying to accept what is what I'm looking at. And so no, I'm not feeling that body love that I want to feel, but I am loving the fact that I'm feeling stronger than I ever have. I'm loving the fact that I'm feeling more flexible than I ever have. Every time that I, complete a rep that feels difficult, or do a move that feels hard, or get through a really strenuous workout, those are the times that I love my body the most because I get so excited that my body was able to handle it. And so I feel like the more that I keep showing up and the more that I keep getting stronger, the more that I'll start having that self-love. And I know that, I didn't treat my body very well for a lot of years, and I wasn't mindful of the things I was consuming. I wasn't mindful of the moves I was making. And now that I am starting to treat myself with a little bit more grace. I am starting to treat myself a little bit better. And it is helping in the confidence aspect of things. I've noticed that, like, things that used to really, really bother me don't bother me as much. And yet at the same time, the funny thing is, the more that I am kind of opening up my mind, because I will admit I had a lot of trauma and, some issues mentally and, emotionally, and I've been working through those, and it's interesting how now that I'm handling the physical aspects of my life, I'm starting to finally examine the mental and emotional aspects of my life that I had repressed and hid away for so long. And I feel like that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't started working on my fitness, and I think that's because when we have so many things going on in our bodies and our minds, we can only focus on so many things at a time. And so whenever I'm at the gym and I'm working out, it's like that's the one time where everything just gets so clear and my brain just it seems to, like, open up. And so yeah, it's bringing some stuff up to the surface emotionally and mentally, but I'm actually grateful for it. Even though in some cases, it'll hurt really badly mentally and emotionally. I feel like because of the fact I'm finally facing things with fitness, I'm able to face things mentally and emotionally. I don't know if that'll make sense. Maybe someone can explain that psychology wise to me. Hit me up with a voice note. famousashleygrant.com/fitness. Feel free to send me a voice note if you can help me understand why it is that now that I'm taking care of the fitness, I'm also able to finally take care of the mental and emotional things. But yeah, getting back to the whole self-love thing, I'm working on treating Ashley better. I'm working more on falling in love with who I am as a person, and I do feel more confident than I ever have in my life before, and I do feel stronger than I ever have. And I'm just gonna keep going and keep working towards, my goals. Every time I accomplish one of my fitness goals, or, I'm working towards something, or, you know, I'm able to get through a really tough workout, or whatever it is, those things are making me feel better about myself, and they are giving me more confidence. And so I think that as time goes on, the self-love will start to be more of a thing. So honestly, the best gift you can give yourself is to start working on your health. And so if you take nothing else from this episode, please take this, that you deserve to have a life of movement. You deserve to have a life of mobility. And so if you aren't working out, if you aren't moving your body, please start. It's the best gift you can give yourself. You are the most important project that you can work on. And I intend to continue working on my own body and my own project, my own mind, my spiritual, mental, physical, all the things. So yeah, that's what I've got for you guys today. I know it's no longer Valentine's Day, but happy Valentine's Day because, like I said, I'm recording this on Valentine's Day. I love you for listening and I thank you so much for listening. And I would love to hear from y'all. If you want to share a voice note with me, go to famousashleygrant.com/fitness. I'd love to hear from y'all. I'm loving the voice notes that have been coming in. I'm loving the questions that have been coming in, and I'm trying to answer them and include as many of them as I can. So if I haven't gotten to you yet, I am still going through them, but I'm really appreciative of every single one of you. And onwards and upwards, my friends. Have you worked out today?